Somewhere along the way, we forget what it's like to be a kid. And in some cases, we will never know exactly what it's like. But that doesn't mean we can't try to remember, can't understand. It doesn't mean we can't figure out what they need and provide them with it. Because while they probably don't realize it now, each and every one of them is depending on us to know them and how they learn best. Each and every one of them is depending on us to work together and figure out just how to teach them well. So that one day, whether they decide to walk or skip or run or crawl, with others or alone, they will know what to do when they get there. Wherever there is. We built Indistar because we figured out what kids need to succeed in school, and we built a tool that helps schools and the people attached to them provide it. Indistar is a continuous improvement planning process built on straightforward and research-backed practices, the things adults do that make the difference to students and their learning. Indistar guides school teams to look closely and specifically at their everyday practices in the areas of teaching, leading, learning, and connecting. It guides them to figure out what they do well and pinpoint exactly what needs improvement. Indistar then guides the team in developing plans to improve each specific nitty-gritty practice. But it doesn't stop there. It helps teams monitor and track implementation and reminds them when something hasn't happened that should have. It runs lots of reports that help the team assess what is working well and what still needs work. Indistar keeps everyone focused on children and what they need to learn and succeed. So really, the plan becomes more than just a plan. It becomes a way of doing, of working, of improving, of educating. It becomes the way, everyone on the same page, the same path. For schools, there is every one of those children learning, every one of them succeeding. Indistar focuses states, districts, and school teams on what to do to get there. But it leaves plenty of room for you to decide exactly how to get there. Indistar taps into the experience, knowledge, and ingenuity of people closest to the students. A coaching feature puts the team in regular and ongoing contact with a person skilled and experienced in rapid school turnaround. Someone who has been there, done it, and can use their knowledge to encourage and support you in your everyday efforts with the click of a button. Indistar, a simple tool for a very important but often complicated job. We asked people who are using Indistar to share how it has impacted the work they are doing in their districts and schools. Here's what they said.
Indistar for us here in Bairdstown was the vehicle we needed to get us all going in the right direction. It's allowed us to get together, get a common focus, set our sights and our goals, and now we're starting to move in that direction.
In the past, with the previous school improvement plan, you'd create some goals, you'd put down some data to say you hit them, and then you moved on. But with Indistar, we're never moving on. We're getting better at each of those things, and I think that has been the greatest benefit, and it's made the biggest difference in moving this whole process from kind of a static school improvement plan to really a living, working document. And the fact that it's all electronic just kind of goes along with it. It's so exciting that we no longer have a big stack of papers sitting on the shelf that we refer to 2 or 3 times a year. But this is something that we continuously look at. We go back to it. Almost every staff meeting is mentioned or at least discussed. Remember, this is what we do at Glen Oak, not what we did one time, but what we do continuously.
I like the organization. I like the goal setting. I like that very clear path of where we are now and where we need to be and the steps that we need to take in order to achieve that.
I find that working across grade levels, across kindergarten to 12, through the Indistar has been very valuable. I don't know of any other time when teachers and administrators, superintendent are all at the same table working on the indicators, looking at the indicators. How does this affect the pre-kindergarten? How does this affect the high school? And it's just been a unique situation, I believe, and it's been very productive.
One of the things that we talk about is if we say something is going on at Glen Oak School in the classrooms, we mean in every classroom. If the Wise Ways says all, then we talk about the fact that that really means all. That in order for us to increase student achievement, it has to take place in every classroom.
I think the biggest change for us is that in the past, it's been one person sitting down, trying to meet a deadline, creating a school improvement plan, but the plan gets shelved. And what the Indistar system has done for us is get all the stakeholders involved. It also helps me as a superintendent communicate to the board in a very simple way as to what we're trying to do for the students and the overall environment in the organization.
It's not a matter of here's what the superintendent is telling you to do, the principal's telling you to do, or that coach lady who just comes in from nowhere. Here's what the research says is taking place in schools just like yours, where student achievement is happening, it's increasing, and if they can do it there, you can do it here. So I think the Wise Ways is number one, and then number two, providing a clear target for the teachers to hit. So many times teachers want to do better, but they just don't know exactly what to do. And with Indistar, they've got some great examples of how to improve the teaching and learning that takes place in their classrooms.
I really like the technology piece. I mean, it makes it so easy that I can work on it at home, I can work on it at school, or anywhere in the building.
I believe that students have been impacted positively by the work in Indistar, because anytime your teacher has a focus or has a goal or a clear target, then it's easier for kids to reach that target.
And it's, for me, I couldn't have gotten where I've gotten my first year here without this process.
If you want to learn more about how Indistar can focus your efforts and ensure that every child learns and succeeds, visit our website at indistar.org.